Doesn't look like we're on Facebook yet. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, folks, we on? All right, here we go. We are on. So let me get tuned in here. We'll be all set. Okay, folks, give me 1 second. Gotta get on here. All right. Okay, everybody. Welcome to Iron Chef. COVID-19 Iron Chef. Welcome. We got an exciting day today. We're gonna have, let's see. We're gonna be doing cannoli. Not gunnoli, but cannoli. Excuse me. That's the Italian in me. That's all we say. We say it like a gun, like Clemenza. Take the gun. No, take the cannolis and leave the gun. Right? That's what he said. That's how he immortalized this great dessert. Once again, people are here. Danielle, hello. And we got Ernest, Mark Casella. Good morning, Ernest. How are you? You're here to see how to do a cannoli. Okay, before we get into it, the cannoli in my house would be equivalent to, non-Italians would be equivalent to, let's say if you had an apple turnover. Okay, what else? Anything else like that, like an apple turnover or a cupcake or something like that? The cannoli was basically my cupcake, my apple turnover growing up. It also, hey Tom Galati, it also, in some cases, would substitute a pacifier if you're Italian. If you're a kid, you start crying, you're at the dinner table or a celebration or something like that, right away the immediate response would be to put a cannoli in the kid's mouth. So there you go. That's one of the uses of cannoli growing up. All right. The cannoli itself was originated in Sicily, which I'm proud to say, being Sicilian, around the dates of 827 to 1091 AD. Okay? What happened was the Arabs came into Sicily. They brought sugarcane with them. And in essence, the cannoli was formed. There's a couple of stories for the cannoli. One was that it was created by nuns. The other one that it was created by concubines. So there you go for an opposite of things. So it's originated in Palermo and Messina area. Okay, it was given out during carnivals or festivals in Sicily, primarily for fertility. Okay, it was a fertility type of dessert that they used to make back then in Sicily. Today, even in Italy, they'll call it cannoli di Siciliani, which means cannoli from Sicily. That's where most of your good stuff originated from. Cannoli also goes with a lot of pastries. You know, when you go to a nice Italian bakery, you'll get cannolis usually. You get Sfiliadels, you'll get rumbabas, you'll get busted choit, which is like a little grain pie. You'll get stuff like that. All right, Mary Jane Leone. Hello, Ken. How are you? Tom Galati, Danielle, Cutie Pie. We got the two Cutie Pies here. And Elizabeth Betapede. Elizabeth Betapede, we offer our condolences. She just lost her husband recently. And in fact, I'm dedicating today to Elizabeth, also Joan, and to Taz, the resident artist, because I believe you guys asked for it last time. So we're going to have a lot of fun. With the cannoli, it's going to go pretty quick. You're going to see how simple it is to make. I did not do shells. I will not do shells because you could get them in any Italian place, any kind of Italian market, or any maybe even some grocery stores will carry cannoli shells. I would make them, but I don't really have the facilities for it. You need a deep fryer. It's more in a professional kitchen that you should make them, like in the bakeries and stuff. But it's not necessary because, luckily, my wife went to an Italian market. We got some nice little miniature cannoli shells to go. All right, let's go through our mise en place, okay? And if you've been watching the show, you know mise en place means our ingredients. So we're going to start that. Okay, let's start off with the main ingredient, which is the ricotta for the ricotta cream. Now, you can't really just use any ricotta for the filling because certain ricottas are not creamy. So what you really want to do is you want to go for a nice creamy ricotta cheese right here. Because if you don't get the creamy ricotta cheese, then what a lot of people do is they add some mascarpone cheese, and we don't really want to do that. We want to make an authentic cannoli. So there's certain types of ricotta. Usually bakeries use what they call the impastata ricotta. Okay, they didn't have it at this market, but they did have Leone, which is a nice creamy ricotta right here. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. In fact, I set it to drain, and very little water came out, which is a good sign. That means it's nice and creamy. So you want to remember that. This is Leone ricotta. Galbani is pretty good. You can use that. Impastata. Any kind of ricotta that's creamy, that's what you want. All right. What do we got here? We're going to do cannoli filling, but we're also going to we have the shells to make the cannolis, so don't worry about it. All right. The main thing, anyway, in any cannoli is the filling, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to make a nice cannoli filling that you're going to love. Now, with the filling, you can also make what they call a cannoli cake or a cassata cake with the filling if you want. You could use it for if you make pâte choux, which is a cream puff. You could use that filling for a cream puff. You can make a cannoli eclair. There's so many different uses for the ricotta cream. I like it. If I diet, sometimes I use ricotta cream. I get the skim ricotta cream, and I add cinnamon to it, and it makes a nice little dessert. For today, if you want to make a low-calorie cannoli, I suggest you could use like equal sugar or something like that. But our mise en place right now is I have my ricotta right here, and these are just the main ingredients right now that's going to make the filling. I have 10x powdered sugar right there. Okay, I have a cup of 10x powdered sugar. I'm not going to use all of it. I'm going to start off with a half a cup, taste it to my sweetness, and see what happens. Okay, and then I have about half a tablespoon of vanilla extract right here. People bakeries may use almond extract. If you're going to use the filling for cake, a lot of times they'll use a rum extract. But I prefer vanilla extract just for my own taste. So you may want to, figure that out. If you have almond extract, you could use that. It's not a problem. Okay, so we have that. And then we have our beautiful cannoli shells right here. We're going to fill up. All right. Aside from that, just to decorate our cannolis. Normally, if I had the mini chips, I would put that in the cream, but I don't. So I have the bigger chips, and we're gonna just dunk those in there, like on the side. I also have some nice red sugar for the decoration, and I have green sugar for the decoration as well. Nice Italian colors we got. And then I have my shaker with my 10x powder, so that we dust our cannoli. All right. And then one other item I have is my pastry bag, so I could fill the shells. And what I do is, someone told me this, I take a glass and I put the pastry bag overhanging in the glass so it makes it nice and easy to load the cream. So that's what I have here. All right. Any questions? Who else has joined us? Taz, the resident artist, hello. We're going to have fun here. We got a question from Ernest. It says here, can you make the shell from Pizzelli's a thin... Okay, I know what a Pizzelli is. I guess if you could, while they're still hot, the Pizzelli, if you could, put like a little cylindrical thing on it and make it into a cannoli kind of shell or shape, who's going to stop you from filling it with ricotta cream? That's not a problem. Some bakeries actually do, they make a pie crust and they make like a turnover with the ricotta cream. Some of these old time Italian bakeries do that. Here on the island, if you want a good cannoli, there's Patsy's and Sons in Lindenhurst that I would recommend. There's also A&G over here in North Babylon. In Glen Cove, there's some really good places. Any really Italian neighborhood still have the good bakeries. That's where I would go for a cannoli. But I'm going to make my own, so I'm going to enjoy that. All right, we're going to start off with my trusty spatula. We're going to start off by putting the cream, the ricotta, excuse me, not the cream, but the ricotta, into this bowl right here. Okay, it's nice and creamy, it flows right in there, beautiful. That's so nice, so nice. Okay, then we're gonna place it into our KitchenAid here. We're gonna lock it in. Okay, we got it locked in. We're going to put it down. Now I use a whip. You can use a paddle in certain cases, but I like a whip because I kind of want it to get a little more creamy, and I want it to mix really good with the sugar. Okay, let me lock it up. No need to put this on high. Put it on the first 2 speeds. Okay, we're going to add our sugar. Like I said, I'm only doing about half a cup right now. See how that comes out. Let that mix in there a little bit. And then you're going to be surprised how fast we're going to be doing that. And then we're going to take our vanilla extract. Now I like to use a Madagascar vanilla extract. Or what would really make this amazing would be getting real vanilla and scraping it off the branch or whatever it comes with. That would be a great flavor right there. All right, so we're going to put our vanilla extract in. There you go. About a half a tablespoon, maybe a little less than that. Okay, we're going to just up it up a little bit here. Get it going. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Now if you had mini chips, you can put that in at the end if you want. Get that going. Okay, I'm going to stop it now, and I'm going to taste it, see how my cream is. Can everyone see that? I'm going to put my little spoon in there. Very good. No need to sweeten it anymore. I hit it right the first time. We're going to mix it up a little more. Then we're going to put it in our bag and we're going to pipe it. And that'll probably be it. Again, the cannoli, when I was a little kid, I discovered the cannoli. I loved it. I wanted to know how to make it, so at about age of 13, I started making my own cannoli cakes and everything like that. But I didn't really know too much about the ricotta to use until I got into my profession. And then it made a lot of sense, you know, to have a nice creamy ricotta as opposed to the maybe like a watery type. So remember, that's the most important. If you don't have that, then you got to add your mascarpone cheese, which I'm not going to do. I'm going to save that for next week for my tiramisu. Okay, a little more. Nice. It's coming out really good, folks. I guess you can see that, right? Okay. All right, there you go. So we're gonna lift this up. Take this out. Okay. We're gonna knock the rest of that in there. We're gonna remove it from the mixer. Excellent. We're gonna put this down, lock it in, and move it out of the way. Alright. Gonna move it out of the way. Then we're gonna bring in our cannoli shells and fill them. Like that. See what we got now. Okay. Got a little plate. We got a nice little serving plate here. We're gonna put everything on. Plus something, another sweet little item that's gonna complement that, which I didn't make. Okay. Here we go. We got our glass. Just gonna scoop out our filling, put that in. There we go, huh? Look at that. Gonna get that going. Okay, we're gonna put that right here. We're gonna get out our shells. Okay, Danielle, in answer to your question, a Ninja mixer, I'm not really that familiar with. I mean, if it's like a hand mixer, that's fine. Any mixer, just don't go too high. You want to go on the slow side when you want to mix it in. You're not making whipped cream or anything like that, okay? So you want to take it easy. All right, we got that. Okay, now what I like to do is I like to close my bag up with a paper clip, believe it or not. So we're going to get that going. All right. I'm going to clean up a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. See how easy it is? I already made my cream. I'm good to go. I'm going to push it down. Take my bag. Push it all down. Give it a little twist. I'm going to close it up with the paper clip. And there you go. I have my thing right there ready to go. So we're going to fill what we can. Okay. I hope I answered your question, Danielle. We're going to fill that up. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that looks. Okay, it's one. Then we're going to decorate them after that. It's one. Another one right here. Whenever you use a pastry bag, you want to make sure you get all the filling in there. Okay, it's 2. Squeeze it, make sure it's there. When you refrigerate it, obviously it'll get a little thicker. If you're gonna refrigerate the cannoli, you wanna basically don't put any powdered sugar on it, because that'll make the shells moist and break it down. Only put the sugar on top when you're gonna serve them. That's why when I go to Italian bakery, I usually tell them not to sugar any of my pastries, and hopefully where I'm going, and I usually do, I have an aunt or someone that will have the sugar ready. Okay, so here we go, a little more. 3 more to go. Okay, 1. 2 more to go. And 1 more to go. That was a little sloppy. Okay. So there you go. I have 6 filled already. 6 nice miniatures. Let's see if you can see those. Right there. I got 6 nice miniatures. We're going to decorate them. Then we're going to add a nice little treat to that. Alright, so we're going to decorate our miniatures. Hold on. We're going to get out our little decorations here. And we're going to move it back here. Forgive me. I don't have a very big kitchen, so it's hard to see. I hope you guys can see that, what we got going on there. Okay. Can you see those? Okay, you can see them. Great. Alright, so we're going to do a couple chocolate, couple red, couple green, and that'll be it. Alright, so we're going to take our chocolate chip and dip it. And we're going to do this, dip this one. Okay, we got our chocolate chip there. Here we go. 1, 2, it's another chocolate chip. Some of them fell. Okay. Stick that one in there. Okay, we got 2 chocolate chip. Now we're gonna get 2 green, hopefully. Take it, we're gonna dip it into our green. Bear with me. 1 moment. My back is killing me. Okay, so we got, can everyone see that? We got chocolate chip. We got the green. Now we're going to use the red to finish off the Italia. Okay. Here we go. And voila, we have our cannoli all finished. Nice and festive, nice and colorful. We're almost done. Can everybody see that? I'm gonna bring it up closer. There you go. Those are our cannolis right there. Look at that. Don't they look beautiful? Nice and pretty. Okay. Now I also have a nice little treat here from one of our previous guests. I don't know if you recall, we had Twizzlers Tasty Treats on right here, and what that is they're truffles. Okay, So we're gonna do some nice truffles here. Hold on a minute. So let me get it set here. We're gonna do our truffles. Open that up. And you can go online and order from them if you like. They ship all over. They're now in Central Islip. Just go online to Twizzlers Tasty Treats, and they will have everything online. They have a Facebook, Twizzlers Tasty Treats. You can place your order, and you can get them delivered. So just think, you can make your own cannoli cream now. Get your Twizzlers truffles, and what's better than that? Voila, baby! Look at how nice and delicious that looks. That little treat. It says here, got people here. I am making them. Elizabeth, that's why my mother let her. That's what my mother let her children do. Okay, great. So there you go. So now I'm gonna take some of this powdered sugar, and I'm just gonna not go crazy. I'm just gonna do a little bit on it, just enough to get it. Look at that. Oh my God, that looks so delicious. So delicious. It looks great. Yes, Ernest, it does. It does look great. Let's show it into the camera. Look at that, folks. Look at this, our cannolis and our truffles right there. Okay, now the best part's gonna happen now. I'm gonna take a seat here, then we're gonna talk, and I'm gonna have a cannoli. Let's see. And Elizabeth said she would have licked the batter. Don't worry, Elizabeth, I got plenty in there for myself. I'll be doing that once we get off the air, but for now I'm not. Okay, hold on, let me grab a seat. Those look great. They're gonna love these tonight. I'm gonna make 2 more later with what I got left. Let me just see what I got here. Okay, there you go. Yeah. All right. All right, here we go. I'm gonna see if I can get it to me. We're gonna fix the camera. I got all my coffee makers and everything behind me. And here I am. Hey, here we go, baby. All right, so that's the cannoli. I gave you a little history. Anyone have any other questions about it? Be happy to answer. Again, this was brought, if it wasn't for the Arabs coming into Sicily with the sugarcane, probably it would have taken a while longer for them to, for the cannoli to come into existence. But once again, I'm going to show you my beautiful product that I made here. Look at that, huh? Look at those cannolis. Delicious. I'm going to try one, and we're going to see how it is, and then we're going to go into a couple of announcements here. Got maybe another 25 minutes. Nice. Taz likes them. All right. Danielle, looks so good. I want to come pick them up. No problem. North Babylon. I don't know where you live. Let me know ahead of time, and if I can, I'll make some more another day. All right. What are we gonna do now? Okay, so we're gonna taste one. Harry, do you want to taste one?
No, thank you.
Nope. She's busy working, so I'm gonna taste one. I have here. I'm gonna go with the chocolate chip one over here at the end. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go with that. We're gonna try it. I'm gonna go. Again, if you have mini chips, it works out. You can put it in there. But sometimes it's better just to leave out the chips, because when you pipe it, you don't want it to get stuck, you know. So I would definitely, just like at the end of it, you get enough chips in there. Oops. So here we go. Ready? Look at that cream, huh? Mm-mm. Plus the shells are excellent where we got them. I feel the holiday spirit right now. We got Bonnie's here. Bonnie, this is so easy, even you can make these. Mmm, beautiful. Nice and creamy. Lots of sweetness to it. Nice crispy shell. Delicious. It's very good. Again, get yourself some nice truffles, some Twizzlers tasty treats. Make your cannolis. Make a nice little array between the truffles and the cannoli. Can't go wrong with that. Get a nice sweet dessert wine if you want, or a nice espresso. That's what I would do. Some espresso, a little sambuca, or anisette. Sit down, watch a good movie, watch The Godfather, wait for Clemenza to say leave the gun and take the cannolis, or whatever you want to do. All I know is this is really good. Very good. Mm-mm. There you go. I dedicate the decorations to my sister Andrea because she told me I should decorate them more, and which I did. So, voila, bon appetit, manja, delicious. I'm going to taste the truffle, and I'm going to save the rest for my wife to have when she's ready, and whoever else in the family wants some. I'll probably have to make these again. Maybe with my leftover cream, I can make a nice cake. I can do a lot of different things. It's a beautiful thing. I'm going to have my truffle now. Oh. Mm-mm. Real good. Wow. Really good. Really good. Okay, let's see what we got here. Bonnie overslept. Shame on you, Bonnie. But she works hard. She probably, I hope on Mother's Day, Bonnie, you got a really good Mother's Day celebration because you deserve it. All you guys. Joan, happy Mother's Day. All the people that watch that are mothers, happy Mother's Day. I know under these times it was a little difficult, but I made my wife some spaghetti carbonara, which is her favorite. So that was great. So anything that you can do on Mother's Day, that would be great. Bonnie says that my cannolis look beautiful. Okay. What else we got here? Danielle said, good choice. I guess is what I decided to make the decorations. Thank you so much, Felix. Elizabeth, my pleasure. God bless you through your time of grief. Joan, you're welcome. And what else we got here? Tass seems to like him. Ken likes him. He's got his little buggy eyes with hearts and stuff. So that's great. All right, so I take it the cannoli session was a success. Next week we have tiramisu. I call that the dessert of love, tiramisu. Everybody loves it when you're a couple and you have some tiramisu. It's a nice way to end the meal. Or have your tiramisu later while you guys are on the couch. Again, with a little dessert wine, a nice espresso, nice cup of coffee. I'm kind of craving a nice cup of coffee right now. I'm probably going to have one. Okay, so just getting into some restaurants right now. I'm going to make a couple of announcements. Broadway Market, if you guys remember, it's out east around I think the Rocky Point area. They're open on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays from 2 to 7. Curbside pickup. They got delivery. They're predominantly a heat and serve market right now with meals with some hot food options. And their menu is posted daily on the Facebook and Instagram. So that's the Broadway Market out east. Great food, great desserts. The chef there, one of the owners, went to Johnson Wales, very well educated, did a great job when she came to the studio. She's got great stuff. Okay, Tass, you too. Let's see what Bonnie says here. Bonnie says, thanks, Felix. I bought myself an ice cream sundae on Mother's Day. Good for you, Bonnie. You deserve it. You definitely deserve it. You got a handful over there in your household. Hope you enjoyed it. Ernest, you're welcome. Mark, I hope I don't mistake your name. It's Marcuccelli. That's it, right? Marcuccelli. CE is cha in Italian. All right, great. All right, so I got a little more time here. Got maybe like another 10-15 minutes. Any questions on the cannoli? Remember, we got to have a nice creamy ricotta. Galbani seems to be pretty good. I got Leone, but Impasata is probably your best ricotta cheese to get. You could do a lot of things with that. It's creamy, not too watery. Add your sugar, your extract, and everything. Delicious. What else we got here? And then you just use the 10x powder. Some places use regular sugar. I wouldn't do that. I like the 10x. I think it gives it a nice sweeter flavor. I always use my 10x for like whipped cream, things like that. Which next week, with part of tiramisu, you'll learn how to make a proper whipped cream as well. A creme chantilly from with the French. That's what they call it, a creme chantilly. Proper way of making whipped cream. I will teach you that next week on COVID-19 Iron Chef. And we're going to make that. We're going to mix our mascarpone cheese. We're going to make a nice little tiramisu tray. And then I'll show you what else to do if you have a lot of tiramisu cream left over. You can make little desserts in cups with the lady finger. It'll be delicious. You can sit in front of your TV again, watch a good movie, have the tiramisu, have your cannoli. Nothing better than that. Nothing better than that. Okay, one last look at my delicious. This is my creation for today. Look at that, huh? You got your cannoli with chocolate chips, with green sugar, red sugar for a nice Italian look, huh? Look at that. Can't wait. Looks great. There we go. I got enough for 2 more shells, and that's what I got. All right. Anybody out there need any advice on what to cook? Okay. So far, we're going into May. Tiramisu is the second to last Tuesday in May. I don't know what I'm going to make yet for the last Tuesday in May. Maybe a pork chop with some stuffing. I don't know. That's a possibility right there. Maybe a nice steak. We'll make it a little chimichurri sauce with the steak, kind of Latino. I don't know. Message me. Give me something that you want to see. I gave you cannolis you requested. I got tiramisu, which someone requested. So what else would you like? Tell me what you like. I'll be happy to see if I can make it, if I can rustle it up. Again, this is survival mode. We had to deal with large chocolate chips today. We didn't have the small chocolate chips. We also had to deal with the miniature shells, but the miniature shells are good because you can have more than just one. That's the best part about it. When you have a big shell, you kind of feel bad if you have 2, but I don't really feel bad when I have 2. Let's see what we got. Got some more questions, stuff. Don't forget to hug your wife today. Did you hear that one? Uh, I'll try. Okay, I will try. She deserves a lot. She does a lot for me, by the way. Um, it says here. I guess I guess I did his name correctly, Ernest. It says here. Got some weird reason last name is spelled. Okay, his name is spelled Marcucci. 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 All right. Better than Ristusha, which is my name. Bonnie says pork chops. Yummy. So maybe we'll make some pork chops, Bonnie. Ernest wants to know if I can make ricotta pie. I've never made one, but why not? I could probably try it if we go into June. Maybe I'll try and make it. Depends on the time. It takes too long to cook. Probably not. But I'm sure it's not hard. I like the cheesecake made with ricotta. That's my favorite. Um, Also ricotta cheese. I made zeppelis with ricotta too in the dough. That's another delicious thing you could do with ricotta. Then there's ricotta cookies, which is they're delicious as well. So there's so much you can do with the ricotta cream. So much that my ancestors in Sicily have done. Um, Create some magnificent desserts with that. Um, there's the grain pies, but I don't think that has any ricotta in it. But a ricotta pie sounds good. You could do probably some other things with ricotta. You can make ricotta pancakes if you want. Sometimes they do ricotta and lemon in pancakes, which is great. Just add that to your mix. So that's kind of neat. So ricotta pancakes with nice lemon on there. Then you can have a little coffee with some limoncello in there. Why not? That sounds good. All right. So if I do pork chops, I have to see how I'm gonna do it. I don't have much here for the pork chops. Um, I might make my own stuffing with bread cubes and my own little concoction for marinade. So we might do that. Pork chops. So that would be probably the end of May, which is in a couple of weeks. We'll do the pork chops for Bonnie. Bonnie, how do you like your pork chops? Let me know. Maybe I'll make it that way if I can. I'll show you how to make a little pan sauce, a little pan gravy to go over that. Let's see. It says here, Jean wants a recipe to make soft meatballs. Soft meatballs. I guess one way to do the soft meatballs is to I think if you soak your bread in milk, that's one way of doing it. If you add bread to your meatballs, soak it in some milk, then add it to your chopped meat thing. Don't cook them as long, don't fry them as long, and finish them off maybe in the oven. That could be one way of doing it. Soft meatballs in my family, I've had a lot of aunts that made meatballs as hard as baseballs, believe me, but they were delicious. So I'm gonna have to work on that. See how you can do a softer meatball. I guess a lot of it really has to do with you don't use as much egg. Eggs kind of firm up the meat, and then with the breadcrumb, if you soak the bread in some milk and you add it to your meatball mix, that might do it as well. So that would be something to consider. Uh, what else? Soft meatballs. Okay. Yeah, soft meatballs I kind of like in a way. My grandmother actually used to make a good soft meatball. Not bad. And it says here, Ernest said he went shopping and there wasn't much meat. No, there isn't. That's why the purpose of the show is hopefully to help you create something. Okay. Like I said, the spaghetti carbonara is always good. If you have bacon and onion and eggs and some Parmesan cheese, you're in. That's it. That's all you need. And spaghetti or something. Sometimes you could cut the meat up into different things. You can make skewers of the meat if you don't have much. So it really depends on what you bring home. It was a while where you couldn't get chicken. Now you can get chicken, and the meat is going to be a problem, I believe. Hopefully not. Um, Joan said they're too dry. I don't know exactly what she's referring to. Maybe she's referring still to the meatballs that she makes. They're too dry. If your meatballs are too dry, again, try, if you're going to add some bread, soak that with milk. Uh, and then you could also, what else can you do with that if they're too dry? You could also put like a little broth in there, a little beef broth that's cold, obviously, and put that in there. That'll make it a little juicier, which is nice. So you could try that if your meatballs are too dry. A little beef stock in there. That would be kind of neat, and add a little more meaty flavor to it. I think that would be good if your meatballs are too dry. Um, what else we got here? So again, we want to welcome Ernest. You're new to the. I don't know if you've ever been on. You ever saw the show before? Where did you see us, and how did you get to know the show? I'd like to know that, if you could answer that question. Was it on one of the group sites that I belong to? Um, Anything like that? Let me know so that I kind of know what's going on, where people are coming from. Um, Also, everyone, don't forget Teespring, teespring.com. If you want a nice t-shirt from us for Let's Eat LI, nice mug with my mug on it. Anything else, nice towel, socks, I forget what else they have there. But I'd say the coffee mug and the t-shirt probably would be well worth it. Take a picture and send it into Govsradio, and if you're local, if you're the sixth person to do that, you're gonna get free tickets to Govs when they open up, which is kind of neat. Ken Purcell says here, cannoli filling stuffed meatballs. The guy can dream. There you go. Right? All you need to do is get a nice plate of meatballs, Ken. Then for dessert, you got your cannoli, and you're all set. Nice cup of coffee. Then watch Goodfellas. I love to see when they make the sauce using the razor on the garlic, and it liquefies into the oil. It's one of my favorite scenes. Um, the Godfather, one of my favorite scenes besides the cannoli scene, is when Clemenza teaches Michael how to make sauce. I don't know if anyone's ever seen that. You should go rent The Godfather and see it. It's great. He tells you the whole ingredients, everything to make sauce, because you never know, Michael, when you're going to have to cook for a bunch of guys. That's what he said. Um, but usually Michael, everybody cooked for him because he was the Godfather. But that's a great scene also. And he puts a little sugar in the sauce, which my grandmother used to do. She used to put some sugar in there, and that's his trick, as he called it. Clemenza was a great character. Unfortunately, we lost that actor kind of soon. He didn't quite make it to Godfather 2. That's why you had Frank Pantangelo, Frankie Five Angels. He came into being over that. Otherwise, Clemenza probably would have been in Godfather 2. But his son Cheech was still there. I was in 1 and 2. If everybody remembers who Cheech is, that was Clemenza's son. No one ever knew. It took me the 4th time to see The Godfather to realize that was Clemenza's son, Cheech. Because on Godfather 2, they said, you remember Clemenza's son Cheech? And there he was. So that was it. I don't know. Cannolis to me, it's like apple pie to some families. It just reminds you of the good times. When you were a kid, you always waited for the cannolis to come out. Whenever they bought miniatures, they always bought at least a pound of miniature cannolis, and then the rest, they bought some more pastries to go with it. Cannolis, I mean, people would fight for them. The big ones, you always had to cut them in half for everybody. It's just a great dessert, really is. And I'm proud to say that it comes from Sicily, my heritage. In fact, I looked up my heritage. I am 95% Sicilian, And just like the cannoli, I have some Arab in me, um, which if it wasn't for part of those ancestors, the cannoli never would have happened because they're the ones that brought the sugar cane into Sicily. Okay, let's see what we got here. We got, it says, Ernest says, I think you were making cannolis. I thought it was manicottis. Yep, all different. The Italians always change the words around. Like cannoli, they go gunno, gnole, cannoli, manigotti, manigot, things like that. And when you're a kid like me, you feel that's the way it's pronounced, but it's really not. Okay, it says here from Bonnie, when I watch The Sopranos, after I'm always hungry. Yeah, Bonnie. In fact, they have probably a Sopranos cookbook if you want to check that out. That'll help you out. Sean Krupa Asher says, call DoorDash, Bonnie. I guess if you're hungry, call some DoorDash to get some Italian food or something like that. There might be a bakery around. Maybe DoorDash will deliver some cannolis to you tonight if you don't feel like making them. Again, as you can see, it's a very simple thing to make. Especially if you're not making the shells, it's a very simple thing to make. It's a nice, satisfying dessert. It is fattening though, but there might be ways to cut it down. Instead of 10x, you could use equal. You could use a part skim ricotta. Then if you add the mascarpone though, you're not really gaining or losing anything there. But that's what we got. Again, I'm going to show it to you one more time before we sign off because I'm so proud the way these came out. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that looks. Right? Bellissimo. Bellissimo e cannoli. Right? Look at that. Beautiful. Very proud the way those came out today. And they're always fun. If you got kids in the house, make some cannolis. Have them decorate the way they want. Have them pipe it into the shell. If you know how to melt some chocolate, dip the shells in the chocolate, let them settle, and then make chocolate cannolis. Why not? That's something new that you see. Before you never used to see that, but now bakeries are starting to go, experiment and do different things. But you could do that as well. Okay, it says here. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Joan. They don't sell them as good as the Brooklyn ones. There's also, I think it's either in Queens or Brooklyn, there's Alba. Alba Bakery is famous for their pastries. I think they've been around since like 1890 or something like that. But Alba, you want to remember that next time you're in the city. I believe it's in Brooklyn. Alba. I know when I was a kid and you saw Alba on the box, when I used to go visit my aunts in Brooklyn and stuff, and my cousins, if they got the pastries from Alba, everybody couldn't wait. They used to run to the table or they want to check it out. That's why they tie strings around the boxes so you can't go in there and sneak it. But yeah, Alba pastries are good. You got Ferraris in the city, a little commercialized, but they're pretty good. Again, out here on Long Island, you got Patsy's and Sons in Lyndhurst. I think Bonnie knows there's a nice Italian bakery in Glen Cove too as well, which is great. Everything looks delicious. Yes, thank you, Joan. Okay. Danielle, you did a great job singing the other day. Great job for K Sarah Sarah. Thank you for that request. And then also when you sang the song for Pippin, that really brought back some really nice memories for me. When I was 15, our school went to go see Pippin, and I went not knowing what to expect from a play like Pippin, and usually like we'd go to plays like Grease or something, and we get into the music from the 50s and stuff, or that type of realm. But I never saw a play like a musical like that before, Pippin. And I gotta tell you, it was great. And that one song stayed with me all my life. That one song that she sang, one of my favorites from that play. So thank you very much, Danielle. That was a nice choice, and that was a good. That was very reminiscent of when I was young. Um, Pippin. I believe I saw it with Ben Vereen. I think Ben Vereen at that time was doing Pippin. Yeah, that's how old I am. Figure about 1970, 75, something like that. Yep, that's when I saw it. It was our chance to get away from school anyway. We went to a boarding school, so everybody would go see plays and stuff like that just to get out. Even if we didn't like the play, we would go see it. And that's why I went to see Pippin, but it was a nice surprise because the music was fantastic, especially that song. Great song. It's kind of a motivating song too. It's great. Let's see what we got here. I guess that's it. I see Bonnie when her daughter comes home, she's gonna do DoorDash, and she doesn't know how to do DoorDash. Bonnie, man, you got this is survival city now. You got to learn all these things. You got to learn cooking. You got to learn the computer. You got to learn a lot of things out there, Bonnie. You got to have Mr. Spielberg show you all this stuff. That's his job. If he's listening, you got to get Bonnie with the times. Okay, you got to get her into the 21st century. I'm not a 21st century person, but you got to do certain things to survive. And if you can't order DoorDash, then Bonnie, you got to do it. All right. So my time is now expiring. I'm glad everybody enjoyed the cannoli. I enjoyed making them. They're also dear to my heart, the cannoli. They're part of my heritage growing up and everything. So I'm glad you guys suggested it. I'm glad I made it. And I'm glad you enjoyed it. I will probably see you guys on Thursday for Quarantine Life. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll take a chance like Danielle and I'll do songs from my kitchen or something like that. But that might be quite, might hurt your ears. But you never know. If there's a way I can figure it out, maybe I'll do it. So we're going to sign off now. Yes, Elizabeth Benverine was a beautiful dancer. I don't know if he's still alive. But definitely a good, powerful voice. Great dancer. If you ever see the movie Jesus Christ Superstar, I think he's in that as well. All right, so take care, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I will see you next Tuesday for the Tiramisu Tuesday here on COVID-19, Iron Chef. And I will see you guys on Thursday for Quarantine Life. Take care. God bless everyone. Bon appetit. Voila. Enjoy.